as possible.
Okay, so I'm
But I
gonna
would not be taking my son to a prison to meet his
do an upload to hear what she said. But they put it on the screen, so I'll tell you what it said. So now this is
It was really hard. He was my everything. For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me.
okay. It said
I was
delayed
too scared to tell
disclosure.
anybody.
It says delayed disclosure is the phenomenon common to survivors of child sex abuse, where individuals wait for years, often decades, before disclosing to others that they have been victims of abuse. Okay, so I didn't read that disclosure. That because believe it or not, I hate to read. I really do. If it was my way, I would want everything on audiobooks. But hey, so she is talking about sexual abuse. Because I was just going to say that they put the way they put the abuse up there. They didn't say sexual abuse. They didn't specify the abuse on the next little caption that they put up. So let me play it.
I was too scared to tell my mom. I really feel like that 1 millisecond completely just changed my whole life and changed who I was as a person and changed the sparkle I had in the light that I used to carry. I don't know what else to do.
In 2009, BUKU broke her silence and reported the abuse to her mom. She was 10 years old.
So after I told my mom I didn't go over there anymore, my brother and sister, we didn't go over there anymore. It all changed though. Even up until like now, I struggle with it a lot.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
All I know is what happened to me.
Dear daughter Joanne.
And all I know is what happened to my mom. All I know is what happened to my brother and sister. And because of that, I feel like as a family, we all know why he's in jail.
They used some of the photos as a backdrop, I guess is what you call it, from Surviving R. Kelly.
spiritually, there's just certain things you don't do. And because those things were done, he has, unfortunately, 100% feel like he deserves to be murdered. And so I will not be taking my son to a prison to meet his grandma. I had Omni September 16th, and his due date was the 11th.
Yeah,
actually,
Virgo.
But he decided that he did not want to come, so I ended up having to get induced. It was crazy. I thought I was gonna die, but I guess like in a sense I kind of did, like spiritually, and I just became like a different person in a matter of like 5 seconds. It was.
I bet you had it from a white man.
Wild, but it was like the best experience I've ever had. Like,
I know
people
that's
ask me all
right,
the time,
girl.
"Oh, how was it? How do you feel?" And I always say like it's the worst thing I've ever done in my life, but I would do it all over again. I've always wanted to be a mom. Like, I just kind of knew that from a very young age. And so now that it's here, it's like, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It's the biggest sacrifice I've ever had to make daily. But I think it's also the most, like, rewarding thing in the world. Just seeing him smile at me. Just our connection and just knowing, like, wow, I created a human being. Motherhood is like the best thing that has ever happened to me. I was pregnant before, about 3 years ago, and I got about halfway through the pregnancy, and I ended up having a miscarriage.
BUKU's miscarriage was devastating, to say the least, because she was so happy. Like, she wanted to be a mom more than anything. Since a young girl, though, she was just one of those little girls who looked forward to being a mom. And the miscarriage, I feel like somehow in her mind, her pregnancy was her reboot, her restart. Like, I can start life again. I can be a mom. I can do all these things differently that weren't done for me as a child. And losing that baby took something out of her.
It was devastating because I've always wanted to be a mom. Like, I was that little girl that when I was playing with my Barbie dolls, like, they were my children.
Yeah,
I've always had like a maternal instinct.
Trying to see if she wants to say something
my
else.
brother and sister, like, they call me their second mom. So having a miscarriage was devastating for me, especially because my pregnancy, like this one, was private. And when I ended up going to the hospital, literally the day after, one of the nurses leaked it.
And I remember being at home with her, and her phone's going off, ding, 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 ding. My phone's going off, ding, 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 ding. And what comes across the feed? Of course, no respect. They don't give her a name. It's R. Kelly's daughter has miscarriage. Like, who does that?
I hadn't even gotten a chance to tell my family that I had a miscarriage. And so that was just rough because I felt like I was forced to deal with it when I wasn't even ready to accept it myself. When I had my miscarriage,
oh Lord, poor baby, I went through a lot.
so it was really hard. It was a really hard experience, and it affected me for a very, very long time.
Joanne was crying, and she said she was bleeding, and I mean, even I knew that something wasn't right. Something just didn't feel right, and we went to the hospital. We were ever trying to get in, everyone was trying to get in, and we couldn't, so we had to just wait in the car, and she had to go in by herself. And we got a call from the hospital's phone, and it was just my sister sobbing and saying that they couldn't find the baby's heartbeat.
Oh boy.
And immediately everyone broke down, and it was really chaotic.
When when I had my miscarriage, I had to carry my baby inside of me for 2 weeks, knowing that he wasn't there
Huh?
because of the way that it happened. So for 2 weeks, I was walking around with a dead fetus, waiting to pass.
Was it
And
stillborn?
through those 2 weeks, I still had to get up and like go to work and film and deal with people asking me a bunch of questions, having to have that
Now I'm
conversation with
confused.
my grandparents. So it was really hard.
So like the miscarriage, that was just a really painful time for me. I can't talk about it.
Oh, that's so close.
Through that process, I got to a really, really dark space. And I remember for like, probably for a good 2 months, there was not a day that I was sober. I was really fucked up. Like, that really messed me up.
Because she spent a lot of time in solitude, which was very scary. But at the same time, I did trust that she would be okay, and I was just willing to do whatever it took to make sure that she was safe and had a sound mind. But other than that, she spent a lot of time just, I don't know, kind of checked out.
I just feel like with everything that she's been through, she just didn't deserve that.
My miscarriage was hard. And I think that's one of the main reasons why like this pregnancy means so much to me, because it's not me having another baby, it's my baby coming back to me.
It was almost like a death every day from the day she had the miscarriage. It's even harder when you go through something like that and someone else decides to tell the world about it. They took a part of her grieving process from her, and I think that was really hard for her because it was her first taste of what celebrity is. And at a point, it had always been geared towards me or her dad. Now it's her and her personal business. I think that she can't control it, and I don't think she was prepared for it.
I found out that she had a miscarriage actually through Instagram. I didn't even know. I found out through Instagram. I told Joanne that I wanted to be there for her and to keep her head up. When I first met BUKU, I was 7, and from then on, we were inseparable. I looked up to her in so many ways, even her style, just what she wore. She was a trendsetter for sure. But she was different. Even like her aura. I mean, very calming. As she grew up older, she started to become more closed off. BUKU and her dad, it wasn't discussed much. I know that she would go and see him on the weekends sometimes, maybe once a month, once every 2 months. But that stopped once she started to become a teenager, and she never talked about him. She didn't want anybody to know what she was going through. Joe wanted everybody to think that she was okay. And I could tell that that BUKU was going through something.
Where are this pain coming from?
dad, he meant the world to me. That was like my everything. And I was about 8 or 9. And he was having a party. And I didn't want to be around him, so instead of sleeping in my room, I decided to sleep in his office space. That was like near the party. And I remember falling asleep. And it had to be probably like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I just remember waking up. I just remember waking up. I just remember waking up to him touching me.
Oh no.
And I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of lay there and I pretended to be asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember from that moment on, like I was a different person. I wasn't the same. But I was too scared to tell anybody. So it was hard to even accept that it happened. So for a long time I just tried to put it somewhere else. But it got to a point where it was too much. It was too much to not talk about. It was too much to not deal with. So I had to tell my mom. And when I told her, it completely broke her heart. But it was really hard. He was my everything. So after that day, after I told my mom I didn't go over there anymore, my brother and sister, we didn't go over there anymore. And even up until like now, I struggle with it a lot. I struggle with not ever wanting to talk to him again, but then wanting to, because my dad. But I really feel like that 1 millisecond completely just changed my whole life and changed who I was as a person and changed the sparkle I had in the light that I used to carry. I don't know what to say.
Did he get in trouble for it? Did he? What happened?
After I told my mom, I had to talk to police and file a report against him and all these other things. And
In 2019, R. Kelly's divorce papers were unsealed. The court findings revealed that Illinois Children and Family Service investigated accusations
I
2009
had to talk
molested
to
a preteen
officers,
girl
counselors,
referred to as
all
Jane
these
Doe.
people about what happened. But because I waited so long to say anything, they really couldn't do anything about it. My mom had to go to court for me.
The DCF caseworker believed that the abuse occurred, but
They
because of
basically
the length
couldn't.
of time
they couldn't
between the abuse and
prosecute
Jane
me
Doe's
because I
report and the
waited too
incident, the charges were drawn.
So at that point in my life, I felt like I said something for nothing. I felt like it was a waste of time. And I felt like I was putting my mom through so much for nothing.
I don't know the details, and to be honest with you, it was something that was so uncomfortable for me that it's difficult to discuss. But it's my understanding that there may have been some inappropriate contact between her and her dad. That made me see red. That is why I hate and despise the man. No child should ever have to fear that they will be abused by a parent. It's just that simple. It's my understanding that that contributed very much to her breakdown.
For a long time, I was in a really hard space mentally. And so I ended up in a mental hospital, psych ward, whatever you want to call it. Because I had hit a point in my life where multiple times I had tried to take my own life.
The human mind has limits to its endurance, and after a while, when you see the effect that has on people, when you see that they have fought the good fight and they're still struggling, it was hard. Very hard.
And I just remember one day I was getting up to go to school. And I just broke down in the car on the way, and I was like, I can't go. I don't want to go, Mom. Like, I'm not okay. And that day, she called the hospital, and she ended up checking me in, and I didn't leave. I was there for about like 2.5 weeks. I was on like really hard suicide watch, and then for like 2-3 months after that, I was like an in and out patient basically. So I had to go there like every day. That's why I went to school, things like that. But that was a really hard point in my life.
I think mothers go through life with these things in their head that they never want to face. And I think the ultimate one is a mother never wants to bury her child. But I went through a period with BUKU that was almost a very real reality for me. And her having to stay in a mental hospital and being in a situation where I can't touch my child, I can't call my child, I can't hug my child, I can't love on her when I know she needs me most, was hard. Even when she came back, she was never the same. And I don't even think she ever will be.
I'm still in the process of learning to love myself. I'm still in the process of learning to trust myself. I believe in my talent. I believe in my abilities. I know I'm fire. I don't sit in my room and question that shit. I work very hard for my dreams and my goals. And I think a lot of people assume, like, oh, she's R. Kelly's daughter. She has whatever she wants. I get it myself.
Crazy.
When it comes down to helping my mom with her dance company and being the assistant creative director, being in rehearsals, performing while 8.5 months pregnant, 6 months pregnant.
Father God, I just ask that we have a wonderful show. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just now getting to a point where,
Oh,
like,
wow. She's out there performing pregnant.
Because I've worked so hard, and I'm still working. I've worked a 9 to 5 for I don't know how many years now. Just to turn around and help my mom pay rent.
Wow. That's sad. You know, I'm sure she's going to be attacked for her story. And also, we remember, I remember somebody was saying that it was in the divorce papers, but it was in there under Jane Doe. Let's see, I know I was on the right road trying to, find out, when it was said, and when it was, alleged with having. Oh, wow. Now, I'm not doubting nobody's story. That's not what I'm doing, right? I'll never do that. And I just want to make sure I say this right. I don't understand, Andrea. Drea. I don't understand her fascination about being a Kelly. Now, maybe this is another one of them times where I need to stop attributing how I would act, how I would react to something based on how someone else would, how they think, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Because again, as you can see, and believe what I tell you. Believe what somebody that knows me tell you. Okay? Nobody with an agenda. Nobody, or that's just old, certified hater of all people, especially women that can do better than them, right? I don't glorify anybody but the Lord. Now, I don't know if this comment was made at me or whatever, and I don't give a damn, because I know damn well ain't nobody shouldn't part their lips and say anything about me referencing the Lord when I can go and what? I will attack you and your group. Do not play with me. That's one thing I don't play about. Just evil. See, I don't play with the Lord. He knows exactly who I am. I don't act all holy roly 1 minute and the next minute be down to do some fuck shit. That's not me. That's what I call playing with the Lord. is a lie. What? Talk about me? Huh? I had conversations with people with regards to, and people have said some uncomfortable things that I felt with regards to the Lord. Do not play with me ever. Like, stop, weirdos. Anyway, I'm getting off goddamn track. But yeah, I don't play about that racist stuff. I don't play about the Lord. I can't quote that Bible. But this is what I do know. I love him, he loves me, and he's the reason. So, with that being said, I don't know their journey with their religion. And I don't know if it has brought them to a place of forgiveness, especially the mama. Because the daughter says she, did that song with the daddy at, when she was 16. All right, and that would be after the alleged abuse. We sing the mama, big up in R. Kelly, wherever. I know it's some women be happy to get a man with status, or one they think have status because they got a good, good talk game. Ooh, Lord. I don't know. Or just some of them just be happy to have one period. I don't give a damn if it's trash or whatever. Anything that's anything somebody else don't want, they'll take it. I don't know. What I do know is, now looking at how their psychology is set up, I can kind of see, that everything ain't all together. Maybe because there ain't no motherfucking way. Now, and this is, and I know people whose psychology ain't set up right. And I could probably speak for them and say, yeah, ain't no motherfucking way. And I'm not even just talking about the name, fuck the name. I'm talking about we've seen Dre act it was a privilege to be married to, no ma'am. I don't think it was a privilege for me to be married to either one of them. One, it was okay. But the other one I could have done without, really. And the two that talked about, after, like Reese, we all heard them talk about, us, and if we would have got married, I believe I'd have been, happy to be their wife, proud to be their wife. I know I'm proud to put them in my number, put in my body count. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I just thought I got a good body count. Yes. Some premium, honey. But somebody that allegedly did that to my child, let alone anybody. No, I can't. I don't care how your mental is set up. I can't see that one. I'm not doubting nobody's story. Maybe she more fucked up than she knows and I know. Because you got to be. You need to go down there and apply for a check. The daddy said he hate him. That is the normal response. But not know, like she, and then she said, she was happy about the pregnancy time because it carries on a tradition of Kelly's. What? I ain't played that part for y'all. It's early in the thing. You're gonna have to give me some money. I'm just joking. But yeah. This little, I don't know. That's what she said. She's like, yeah, if be somebody that can carry on the name. They was happy that it was a boy. Carry on what name? Like, I just don't know. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck who you are. You don't have to even have done that. And then you have done some fuck shit not like that. Baby, what? Fuck you. So I don't know. You be the judge. That's just my opinion. I'm not doubting nobody. And I'm trying to, what that saying is. You see, you expect you out of others. I'm trying to get away from that. Okay. I'm just trying to get away from that. And I'm also getting away from motherfuckers who don't have nothing in common or no similarities. Well, no, I don't really have those people anymore. But yeah, you know. I never really had no people like that, no friends and stuff like that we weren't similar, had stuff in common and stuff like that. I tell you, because my people picking process is the bomb, okay? The bomb. I don't know. It worries me. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Now y'all can be the judge. I don't know. I might have to come up with another little segment or whatever. Because I love using life sharing or life shaming. Because we can transfer it to, to mean something else. We can, I don't know. I want to post the picture of my face tan up in a different way. It just goes through so much. I don't know, but God is good. And my real ones, my loved ones, my family, you know what they say? They don't even mind my face fucking up and my head lumping up and stuff like that. That's what real ones do. That's what real loves do. That's what real people do. It doesn't bother me, but I'm just saying, of course, if you have any type of vanity in you thank God that it's temporary, but you hate that you have to go through it, and you don't really know how long you're going to go through it. But, well, motherfucker to say so. Oh, girl. Baby, I'm going to slap the fire. Ooh, and you going to let me do it, because I'm going to have somebody standing there that you ain't going to move. I'm going to slap fire out your motherfucking ass. I need to cut this out, but I'm uploading Big Brother, so can't really edit it. I ain't going back. So here it is. But yeah, anyway, you be the judge. I just don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. Those Chicagoans, they thought process is a little different. Everybody's a little weird to me. And maybe it's me. I don't know. But if it's me, guess what? Spoiler alert. I'm going to still be me by that. Because it has gotten me thus far, baby. And away from shit. I don't know. But this girl's full on pregnant, doing the creative dancing and stuff for my mom's company. I don't know what this is about. But there you have it, y'all. That's what BUKU said, and I was reading the little captions they had on the screen. All right.